Good evening. As you can see, we're very appropriately addressed for our evening in the car. Cheers, babe. Cheers. I'm actually in my pajamas.
I just haven't got out of my clothes from today.
No, you're due for a shower still. I've showered, I've done my bit, and we're like, we need to do this recording, so let's just do it.
Let's just rip in.
Yeah. Okay, so Q&A's part 2. Again, it's in no particular order. It's really just however it comes out. So here we go.
Let's go.
Will we visit Uluru this year?
Not this year, no.
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 If we end up there, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, considering it is early in the year. What is it, February now? And we've still got a couple of months until we need to be back in Queensland. I think we touched on that before. So to be back there around late July, early August, definitely not going to be Uluru anytime soon. So
yeah,
I'd like to be able to go down and around and come back with heaps more time instead of sort of shooting up there and saying, geez, we've only got so little time to get that done.
Tick the box.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to spend some time at it because it's one of those sort of bucket list locations that everybody wants to go and do. So I'd like to be able to do it in a big Oz way and do it properly and spend some decent amount of time there. So the answer is no, unfortunately, but definitely on the list. Definitely on the list.
How long will we travel for?
It's a bloody good question.
Yeah, it's a really good question.
Very good question. Who
I don't
know. Who bloody knows? Well, considering it started as a 12-month bloody trip, we're nearly coming on our second year now, and it doesn't look like it's stopping anytime soon. So your guess is nearly as good as ours. So I really don't know. The
only thing I say to people most of the time is I think it will end when Jayda needs to be in school, like legitimate school, like high school or
proper high school. Yeah.
Further into her primary school years, where it's like, wow, we can't do this at home now. So when that happens, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, that'll be the final dominator that, like, there's no even like trying to make that not happen. It's going to happen. It has to happen, and we want that to happen. So for that'll be probably the nail in the coffin if it was ever going to get to a point. But then I don't know. We've talked about quite a few things. What we would do when we get back, and where we would go if we called home, and all that sort of stuff. So I don't know. There's a lot of ideas in the pipeline and lots of things that we're probably keen on doing and looking forward to doing. But when that is, I don't really know. There's at least another year.
I'd say there's going to come one day when I'm unpacking the caravan and I'll be like, oh, I just don't want to do this anymore.
I don't want to go around again.
Or
I don't want to do another 3 months.
You know, putting up the hitch. The jockey wheel and taking it off the hitch and like, oh, I'm just done with this, you know. And when that day comes and we both go, hey, are you over it? Yeah, I'm over it. That's when we'll stop. Otherwise.
But at the moment, we're ripping in. We're having more fun than ever.
Full steam ahead. Nothing's stopping.
No, there's still plenty more to come. So don't be saddened because there's still plenty to come.
Next one. Will we collab with TIAV?
The old chestnut, that one. It's come up a few times.
It has.
And as much as I'd like to say absolutely 100% yes, I don't feel like it's going to happen. The very, very, very basics background, right? Once upon a time, we sat in our lounge room and watched TIAV, and they helped motivate us to leave. Inspired us. Yeah. Like we do to you guys, and what we get told every day. We
offered them a spot on our backyard, actually, when they were stuck one Easter. And we're like, oh my God, imagine if they came here, and we're all excited. We've messaged them a couple of times in between that with not much response. And then when we had the opportunity to meet them, it kind of just didn't happen. It was like we wanted to catch up, and maybe they were busy, maybe there were things going on, I don't know. Anyway, from that experience, and we've also worked with Anaconda jointly for some time, and it still hasn't happened. I just don't think it'll happen. Yeah,
I don't know. We've tried multiple times to sort of reach out and connect, and there's really not much coming back. But
I don't think there's really nothing else that needs to be said on it. there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that happens in the travel industry, and if you're a part of it and you're working while you're on the road, you might hear about some of it. But if you're watching and just enjoying the travels, keep enjoying the travels, because that's what you're
absolutely, there for. Yeah. Again, in a nutshell, it is what it is, and the simple answer is probably not.
Yeah,
probably not. Unfortunately,
sorry,
probably
guys.
not.
All right. What schooling have we tried, and what have we chosen overall? So, to give you the basics, we started on homeschooling, and I didn't feel very supported. To do homeschooling meant that I had to do all the reporting, like do absolutely everything. So I was the school, and I'm not a school teacher. I'm a nurse, like I'm an accounting and banking background. I'm not a school teacher. I'm good as a parent.
As most people, everyone's got their own careers and they focus on their own careers, but to like almost shut that out and then focus solely on coming up with ideas and things to do.
I don't know
and learning and stuff. Like it's
what's appropriate for her age.
Yeah.
Anyway, we had this one that we were using. It was called CEA, which is Complete Education Australia, off memory, and it was like $500 for a pack for the year. But again, it's like they go, here's the basics of what you need to do, but I just felt like I need someone else to ask more questions to, and I didn't really feel like I had that. So then we moved.
Support.
Yeah, so then we moved to distance education, and that was through NEPSOD, and that was all great and dandy. However, the most recent thing that happened with them is New South Wales education rules have changed, and they've now said that you can only do 1 year distance education if you're traveling Australia.
Yeah, which changed a lot. It changed a lot for people that were already on the road doing that sort of stuff. And
I went back and forth with them a couple of times and said, well, technically we're working on the road. We're not just traveling, which is true because we've got our own business and ABNs and all the rest of it now. But no, so we didn't fall under that category. And at the moment, if I'm really honest, we're actually kind of between schools. So I'm still getting packs from NEPSOD to educate Jayda. However, it's not ideal. So yeah, I'm currently looking for a school. So if you know someone who does distance education in Queensland and you can help me, tell me who you're using.
Reach out, let us know.
I'm just as confused as you, and schooling is hard.
We get asked a fair bit about it. I get a lot on the socials. What's Jayda into? What she got going? What school it is, and everything else. And it's a bit of a tricky one. Ever since they did that yearly thing, it really threw a spanner in the works. Yeah, big time. So
we were happy with NEPSOD. Everything was working
NEPSOD's
really,
amazing.
Really well.
Absolutely amazing. Like that. Geez, it was so easy.
Yeah.
Literally, they send you out this little blue bag full of everything for the term. And I mean everything. Craft, glues, books, the whole bloody lot.
$90 for the year. And you got most of that back if you sent all the supplies back at the end of the year.
It's like next to nothing, basically. Yeah.
Because it's a public school as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's a perfect opportunity. If you know something, please message me, email me, do whatever it is you need to do. Who are you using and how awesome are they?
Yeah.
Because we don't want it to be 8 hours a day in school, because I don't believe 8 hours is necessary. However, I don't want her to have nothing. So yeah, find me someone if you know them.
Recommendations.
Recommendations. Like, there you go.
Oh my god.
All right. Next.
I should have another sip of my beer.
I'm opening a door because it's bloody hot. Are you hot?
Yeah, it's getting a bit warm.
There'll be airflow now.
Yeah, cool.
It's not like the other night. Okay. How do we fund our trip, and do we work remotely? Well, funding wise, to begin with, we sold the house. And the house had a lot of equity behind it. We also had saved a hell of a lot. We sold belongings, we sold electronics, we sold cars, we sold all these different things, and that obviously put money all in the back pocket.
I sold a lot of stuff on Marketplace before we left.
It was like,
I must have sold a few grand.
I reckon people thought we were drug dealers.
Oh, seriously. I was just talking to someone the other day about this. Like I literally, when we were selling, we were packing everything, boxing everything, and then it was like this little stash in the corner of the house. It was like, I need to sell this, and I'd be on Marketplace, I'd be putting prices on, putting descriptions in,
hustling.
And then literally like probably every second to third day I had someone pulling up, rocking up for like no more than a minute, and then going back to the car, turning around and taking off. Like literally, if anybody was in that neighborhood looking and watching, as most people do in neighborhoods, they would be thinking, what the bloody hell is going on here? Like,
I was going to say, the funny thing about it too, it was obviously when COVID first happened, and there was all the fear going through the media and everything, and everyone's freaking out about what COVID was. And so we would get cash off people, and we're like,
it was just cash. Like,
but it was like, what do I do with it? It's dirty.
Yeah.
Do I clean it? So I like washed all our money that we made and everything.
Literally, I felt like a middleman,
Yeah.
like selling a product, cleaning the money, and like making a business from it. Well, it was a business,
different type of
an
money
income.
laundering.
Oh man, yeah.
But yeah, so that all happened. So there was a hell of a lot of selling and saving and all that happened in the beginning. We did save, obviously, before we went. It was like, cool, we know we're doing this. So we saved everything, paid as many of like bills or anything we had. So they were all gone. And money that we make on the road now going forward is obviously from YouTube. So we had a budget for 12 months to support us for 12 months to go have a trip and still come home with money and still be set, everything to be good. And then YouTube happened and an income started. So a business started.
It opened up so many bloody doors. Like it's just
gone on from there.
Oh, it's just snowballed, really, isn't it? Yeah. It's from just a simple couple of videos to now making it a business. Like Big Oz is now a business, which is just
the accountant
insanity.
thought we were funny when we're like, we're going to be YouTubers. Like, we need to set up.
It's like such a new thing. Business. Well, it was such a new thing about a year ago, nearly 2 years ago now. Like everyone was like, YouTube, what the bloody hell's that? But like, I feel like now it's becoming a much more mainstream.
It's a normal thing.
It's like a career. It's literally a career now, which is just insane. Like I've never thought that would be our career.
Yeah, it's
so
cool.
It is very cool.
But yeah, that's income.
So what was the last bit of that?
How do we fund our trip and do we work remotely?
Yes.
Well, we work for
like
Big Oz.
Pretty much all the time,
All the time. Not anything else. Like we haven't done any other work. I need to do nursing at some point to keep my currency.
Yeah.
You probably could even do with doing some heavy machinery just to refresh skills. Although you've got to do it on the harvester. Like it's all the same stuff, I guess. Hey?
It's just one of those things you learn and you'll never forget it.
Once you ride a bike, you can ride a bike.
That's right. Yeah, it's the same sort of setup. But we definitely worked remotely. If you classify us working as Big Oz and doing what we do,
we work every day.
Definitely quite remotely, quite often, and that's a big reason why we did install an external antenna to the roof of the caravan to just try and give us that little bit extra. Because sometimes you get to some stunning, amazing spots, and then there's just no reception, or like there's just the smallest amount there, and you're like, God, I wish I could just upload this or get a bit of that done. Or if you've got a bit of free time, the kids are being good, you might throw up something and do a bit of a story and let everyone know where you are. But yeah, it's just frustrating because you can't do those little things that help us do what we do. So that's why we invested in an external antenna to be able to help that sort of stuff. So working remotely, yes, we do. And then it can be hard at times, but then we've got stuff to help us out with that. But definitely work remote.
Yeah.
But in and out of towns, in and out of reception, it's just a part of what we do. As you can probably imagine, it's, WA was pretty bad for that style of thing. It was just very remote.
Yeah.
And very scarce for reception.
Always.
So, we almost had to plan ahead to do episodes and launch episodes to make sure we have reception to be able to do that.
Like I remember doing Gib River Road and there's pretty much no service along there except one roadhouse halfway.
That's
and obviously
right,
every person needs that internet.
Yeah.
And I wasn't prepared for Gib River Road, and usually I'll get episodes ready so that we don't miss a week, and I've planned it all ahead so that they will release. And we missed it was our second ever episode at Gib River. The other episode we missed was when we were at Cape York for 1 week.
So it just goes to show you two very, very remote areas. Yeah. And we've only missed 2 episodes out of 100
in 2 years.
Something videos now.
Years.
Yeah, so it just, it goes to show that we do have to deal with a fair bit, even just to upload after we've edited and done everything.
Planning. That's all.
Planning ahead. So
well, at the moment, what you're watching right now, so we're recording this and this won't come out for 3 weeks. And I've got, where are we? First week of March. I've got 4 weeks worth of stuff already on YouTube sitting there, ready to go. So that's our buffer in a sense.
Very, very productive.
So that's why as well, when you say to me, you're like, oh my God, we're 8 weeks behind. Yeah, you're 8 weeks behind because I've got to create it all.
We pump the content. Like we're filming nearly, well, not every day, but quite consistently. And it does add up because if we're filming good quality stuff and things that are relevant, which is most of the time because it's about us and the family, there's a lot of content and there's a lot to go through. So to have content there and get on top of it and be 3 or 4 weeks ahead,
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. That's what we've learned a lot in the very beginning.
If we bump into a family member now tomorrow and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you're here. We want to hang out for 4 days and put the cameras down and not even think about it. We can.
Yeah.
And
it's nice.
That's what it means for us in a sense.
That's right.
All right. Where are we now? Oh, what ways? Oh, back because we started with funding the trip and working remotely. So what ways can people make money on the road? Oh, it's endless. So
many different ways.
No matter where you stay, sometimes they need a cleaner, they need someone at the front office, they need a gardener, they need a maintenance guy, they need a mechanic, they need anyone. So they need a hairdresser. You can make money in that way. In the towns, there's lots of jobs available in pretty much every town you go to, especially in the north and smaller towns. Like everyone needs work.
One thing that stations is a good one. Yeah. Like I've been asked quite a few times over the last 6 months or so, is it hard to find work? Like, is there work out there? Is it like difficult? I'm telling you right now, there is so much bloody work out there. It's not even funny.
You've got to be willing to go and find it though. It won't come to your
If
caravan.
you need to work and you need to make a bit of extra coin, you're going to find something that you know you can do. And there's plenty of that sort of work. It could be, I don't know, herding sheep. It could be, I don't know, a bloody apprentice butcher or something. I don't know. Like, there's so many things, especially like you were saying, the country towns.
Yeah,
like they're screaming for people because they're so small and there's not that many people around. But you might be hanging around the area or the region for, I don't know, a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months. Check out a few things.
There's been a few places we've been to and they're so short on staff and like half of their shops are shut because they physically couldn't open. And that's obviously partly to do with COVID and WA at the time because no one could get in. And like part of me is like, if I didn't have all these YouTube videos to do and kids and all the rest of it, I would have gone and worked just for the sake of it. Because like,
well, that was our original plan. Was if we wanted to go continue for 12 months after the 12 months, we were so willing to work, like pull up somewhere, go and do some work. I'd do some machine work, she'd do some nursing, and that could build us up for another 3 or 4 months or 6 months or whatever, and then go to the next place. Like, it's very, very doable.
I want to throw out one other like whole category in there, which we haven't even touched yet. If you want to earn money on the road, it doesn't just have to be jobs where you are. There's so many online businesses now. So
yeah, that's a big one too.
You know, I know some people are not into multi-level marketing, MLM and that, but there's so much money to be made.
Yeah.
Seriously, like look into it. If you're good at doing sales, look into it. You know, there's heaps of them that are available and a lot of traveling families are doing it.
Oh, there's plenty of them. Like we're meeting more and more of them every sort of month, aren't we? They're definitely coming out of the woodwork now. But it's obviously working. Like there's things that are actually working. So why not?
Mozzie.
Hey.
If you can do YouTube, try YouTube. If you are a photographer, take photos. If you... what other things? I'm just trying to think. Online businesses. If your job will let you work from home and you can do it remotely while you're on the road, do it. Like we met someone...
That's a dream on there.
Who was the IT lady for Flight Centre. That's living in Viren.
Yeah, that's right.
She would work in the caravan during the day for Flight Centre and then go and have the weekends to herself, but she's in the caravan 24/7. Like, that's so awesome.
Good. We've met quite a few people doing the same thing.
doTERRA and Nagic. Oh, there's so many.
There's tons of them. So that's what I mean. I feel like that's where those guys are really doing quite well, is because they're getting people like you back home that want to live that dream, want to get out on the road, have a caravan, and just see Australia. Like, there's so many different platforms, different forms of income now. Like, what we used to know as an income is like changing dramatically, like so dramatically. So it's worth looking into a few things. Like
newspapers, it's like online.
Yeah,
YouTube.
totally. Yeah.
Even just influencers. Seriously, I know it's like that word. I'm an influencer, but it sounds crazy. We're an influencer. Like
technically, we are.
We're careful with what we'll say because we don't want to tell you something if it's not something we believe in. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
But anyway, all right. What's next? Antiflap kit. Thoughts? That's all it is.
I don't know. I've heard that they work. I heard people that don't like it. Like, there's a real 50-50 sort of, I guess, result with that. I don't know. For me personally, never had them. Never going to have them. Why? Because I don't believe I need them, and we've been in some serious wind and had the awning out at pretty extreme weather, and I don't know, I'm quite accustomed to noises and things that happen, as you do when you're being in a caravan for so long. But I don't know, for me personally, I don't really go for them. And I never probably will, because if I have it now, I'm probably not going to in the future.
I think it would be good, like if you were going somewhere and you're setting up for 2 months in a windy location and you're going to be strapping down that awning and putting an annex on it, and you're not coming out of your like you're not moving your caravan for weeks.
Yeah.
It might benefit you then.
That makes sense to me. If you're pulled up somewhere for a long period of time and you've just got that little annoying little flap in the afternoon or the night, and it's like, God, I wish I could get rid of that.
That makes sense.
That makes more sense. But for us,
moving all the time.
Yeah, always consistently moving, changing locations within 7 days, max.
If it gets windy, we just put the awning away.
Well, geez,
rather than put up with it.
We were in WA for over a year, and I think I spent six months plus with the awning in.
Yeah, it's just
so. Don't talk to me about wind, because I hate it.
All right. Do we have a grey water tank?
Absolutely.
Yes, we do.
It's a 92 litre? 95 litre?
95.
95 litre.
3 95 litre water tanks. Or no, 3 90 litre water tanks and a 95 grey, I think it is.
I'm pretty sure they're 95.
90 to 95 litre water
know
tanks
this,
and a grey.
Having it for so long.
We should ask Trail.
We should ask. We'll have to go back through our contract and see what we actually bought. Yes, so answer is
90 litre.
Answer is grey water, yes. I do know a few people, travelling campers being one, they eliminated theirs completely and they've added an extra water tank. So they've got 4 just freshwater tanks. I don't know. It depends on what you do and how much you do of it. Because for us now, caravan parks was sort of a fair bit, and we're dabbling free camping a bit, and now it's completely swapped. We're doing a hell of a lot more free camping and the old caravan park here and there, just to stock up on things here, there, and everywhere. But when you free camp, 95% of the time, you don't need a grey water tank.
No, it's just the odd one.
You don't need to hold it. You don't need to carry it. There's no reason to even have that there.
But yet the other 5%, one of the places we went to, he came around, hey, how you going? Do you have grey water? Can you show me where it is? Took a photo. You know you can't open it while you're here. And we're like...
They were vigilant about it.
And we couldn't have stayed
if we had a grey water tank, yeah. But, and there are a few places, but there's not a lot.
Yeah.
In the great scheme of things, to take it out and you think you're going to have a bad experience around Australia, it's not that at all. It's very minute in the great scheme of things.
If every YouTuber you watch starts talking about grey water and how not having a tank is destroying their lives, because it's more than one, then at that time, maybe you should consider keeping a grey water tank.
I just put it down to whatever your setup is and what you want to do. If you're doing a lot of free camping, I probably wouldn't bother. Yeah. If you're doing a lot of caravan parks, commercialised stuff, where people always are and everything else, to a degree, yes. But even then, you still put the hose on and it still just runs straight out.
Yeah.
To actually catch it and hold it, it's almost not even worth having. It's just to annoying. An extent. It really isn't.
Ours is always open unless we get told otherwise.
Pretty much.
Or there's somewhere to put your actual hose onto and run it into.
I think there's been 2 places. Portsmouth. Well, sorry about that, guys. We got cut off there because the GoPro got so bloody hot.
And we're talking so much that it's getting bloody dark.
It's getting dark. We've had to put the lights on, so I hope you're enjoying the orange ambient lighting. It looks orange anyway. It doesn't feel orange, but...
It's the closest we've been to a campfire.
It's giving me such a natural glow. So anyway, just finishing off on the grey water. We've only probably really experienced it twice. So that goes to show you nearly in 2 years, twice we've had to worry about it. So if you didn't have a grey water and it was the difference between you staying or not, there's always something else down the road or somewhere nearby. Or if you've booked it, obviously you can't book it and go there, you'd find something else. So, to be honest, I'd almost nearly not go one in the next caravan to do that.
Mozzie.
But I don't know. We haven't got to that point yet. So I'll let you know if that happens or not.
What are the must-haves in a van?
Airbags.
Oh, you really got it in your head, hey?
Yes, I bloody do.
He wants airbags. I'm overhearing
about it.
There's
2 major reasons.
What's the other? Oh, I thought you were going to say there's 2 things.
2 major reasons.
Yeah.
Why you should get airbags.
I understand it.
I'm going to explain it. so these people can make their mind up.
You should get airbags.
Tell me if you think that you would rather airbags over not having airbags. Airbags give you an incredible ride over some hardcore stuff. Like, talk about Gib, Cape York, like Unadilla track, all these sort of...
Absolutely incredible.
Absolutely. It just gives you a smoother ride. And for us, having coffee machines and, I know you can leave things out a bit more and stuff, like, it just has a really good, awesome ride. The whole caravan rides well, especially when you're doing corrugations for days and days and days. It's less stress on the caravan, straight off the bat. Second one, which is my favourite one.
This is why I would want it.
Absolutely. You pull up to a campsite and it's kind of sloped or the ground's very uneven. You can pull up wherever you want to an extent, flick the switches, and it'll level itself out no matter what the terrain is around you. That, in my books, is well and truly worth every single cent.
Caravan porn.
Literally. Hashtag.
Yeah.
But, like, because we have the chocks, and I'm pretty sure there's quite a few of you out there that have the exact same sort of setup with the chocks, because not everyone has airbags. But I'll tell you what, if you got the opportunity, go for it. If it's that little bit extra and you're humming and hawing about it, do it. Because to pull out chocks, especially if it's on rocks and stuff, they slide. It's like, it's a pain in the ass to even communicate between two people to roll up on it and everything else. When you could just back it in, flick a switch, done, see you later, set up.
What are the must-haves in a caravan? What other things are there?
For us,
battery system and
battery
solar.
system, yeah, that's a big one.
That's a must-have.
That's the heart of the caravan there. If you get a good battery system, again, it comes down to what you have the caravan for and what you use it for.
Yeah, and what appliances you have inside too.
Yeah, because if you're wanting to spend a lot of time off-grid, I'll tell you right now, good battery systems go a hell of a long way, as most people know. Yes, it's pricey, but in the long run, if you're doing it, not exactly caravanning for years, but if you're keeping the caravan and you're going to use it over the next few years, no matter what you do, if you're going to keep that for a long time, it's definitely worth the money.
You'll earn your money back.
100%.
Earn your money back on your, like, stays, in a sense, if you're going free camping.
Especially for us being full-timers, like, it's a big upfront cost, but over 6 to 12 to 24 months or longer, we're saving money. So it's a definite must.
I reckon something else I'd like to put in there as well is kitchen bench space.
Yeah, the girls would enjoy that. Yeah.
No, but that's not even girls. That's everyone.
I was just about to say I would enjoy that too, because at the moment we could do with that a little bit more, and to have just that little, like, I'm talking a couple of feet, if that.
Yeah, it
just makes all the difference. Yeah.
If there was that much more kitchen bench space, I would be so happy.
Yeah.
Small things.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah. And make sure as well, if you've got a short mattress, to get a bolster if you're tall.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, what are some things in the beginning that were like life-changing things, and it would have just been a washing machine.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Washing machine.
If you're humming and hawing yes or no about a washing machine, I'd definitely do it.
Extra water tanks, if you can.
Yeah, extra water. Because, again, I don't know.
If you're humming and hawing about an off-road caravan, go off-road.
Yeah. I've had a few people actually message me and say, oh, I'm looking at the semi. Is it worth going the off-road? It's an extra X amount, 1,000, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you're going to buy it for a good amount of time, or you really want to use it and go places,
like we have,
don't limit yourself. Go off-road. You'll thank yourself later for it, because it just means you're not going to be like, oh, can we go down that road? Or, oh, can we attempt this?
Will it make it?
If you've got an off-road, you don't think that. You just go, the van can do it. It's capable. It's ready to go. On
another side note to that as well, I'm very, very, very sorry to any girlfriends, partners, wives out there, and their husbands like, see, we've got to go and do these things, because I'm telling you, it's money that you're going to really appreciate they spent.
Totally.
Because it's going to help keep the inside of the caravan nice.
Yeah, big time. Yeah. So what's that? That's airbags, battery. We didn't really... Well, solar's a part of the battery. You got to have plenty of solar.
Yeah.
You got to recharge those batteries.
It's one thing to have a good battery, but if you can't put solar in, what's the point of having the battery?
Yeah. What is it? Washing machine and...
Kitchen bench space.
Off-road
caravan.
Yeah.
If you want to go off-road.
There's quite a few there.
That's good.
Hope that helped you out somewhere.
What have we got next?
I feel like, well, I have my arm up here. I feel like I'm driving. It's got the big elbow going.
I was going to say, can I turn... What happens if I turn them off? Will they turn off?
No, you can open doors.
Oh, have you got a door open?
No.
Why can't I turn them off then?
What does it matter?
Because then I don't have a halo over my head. Look at these.
But you're such a bloody angel.
Oh. Oh. Oh, credits.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I feel like we need more light. I'd like more light.
Why?
We're just so orange.
So?
Okay.
How many more is there?
That many? A lot.
Well, do you want to, like, wrap it up and we'll do another one?
Yeah, right. So, on that note, we still have a lot of questions. I've actually got heaps there. I don't want you to read them.
I'm not going to read them.
He was trying to read them.
Oh.
I saw you. No, I don't
Yeah.
tell him because otherwise he overthinks it and then he won't give you like his truthfulness.
No, I like when you don't tell me. I like just being hit with it. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
cool. I'll tell you exactly how I feel.
But he was looking at it. But we're going to stop this. We're probably going to do it 3 weeks in a row now.
I thought it was going to be two, but there's a lot of rabbling and there's that
Yeah.
many questions still ready to go. So we're definitely going to make it 3.
Yes.
I'd almost like to make it a different setup. I don't want car sessions. This is twice now.
No.
we've gone
else.
from car light to car orange lights and almost like bordering on darkness.
Yeah, but we started late.
Yeah, I know. But stay tuned for the third one because there's going to be a different scenery and there's even better questions in there. So stay tuned for that.
So you were reading them?
No. I was trying to build it up.
Okay, cool.
So it's definitely going to be better scenery, a better backdrop, I should say. I'm going to make sure of that because I've now said it. But stay tuned for the next one because we've left the best ones till last. And not because I've read them. I just know I've seen 1 or 2. Okay?
So you did start to read them. I've
seen 1 or 2. So those 2 alone are super, super juicy. So stay tuned for that one. 3's coming at you. Should put up another finger there.
I'm like starting to read them now because I'm like, which ones did he read?
Number 3 coming at you very soon. So stay tuned.
Next week.
But again, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, get on board, subscribe, give the video a good thumbs up. And if you want to see more of this stuff, get on that bell. Hey, get it. Just click that little bell. It goes ding. It tells you when this thing's coming out. And
if you've got any more questions you want to add in as well, pop them below because you might still get 100%. A chance to get that in because these ones were taking our time to film them. So
yeah you can be coming into the third one hot.
Maybe it'll be 4 weeks of questions if you give us enough good ones under the first and second.
We'll just keep it rolling. We'll just do like 2-3 months worth of bloody Q&As. If you guys are enjoying it, let us know. Let us know in the comments below as well. If you enjoy this sort of stuff, definitely tell us because I enjoy doing it. And I hope you guys get as much information out of this as what you think you're going to as well. And yeah, let's do it. Righto, guys. See you on the next one.
Sorry about our orange lighting.